Hello everybody, we are back with Decoding Dakar. Many of you are asking why is it taking me 3 months to make the official feedback of Dakar. And one thing I can tell you, as I've mentioned before, is that Dakar blues or rally blues is a real thing. So a lot has been happening and I've been working through a lot of stuff, but finally the Dakar feedback episode, the Decoding Dakar feedback episode and what happened in Dakar is finally here. So thank you for tuning in and watching. Before we jump into the episode, I would really like to ask you a big favor. It's completely free and doesn't cost anything. I would really ask you to please help me by subscribing to my channel. Guys, subscribing to this channel really helps me. It gets the numbers up, and the more subscribers I get, the more relevant content I can bring to you guys. So please, if you've not subscribed yet, please do so, and if you have subscribed, please share the word and the channel so that we can get a wider audience out there. So with that being said, welcome to Decoding Dakar, the feedback edition. Right, so as many of you will remember, I did the Decoding Dakar for the year of 2024 leading up to Dakar. And then 15 weeks before Dakar, we had Feedback Fridays, where every Friday I told you guys where I was in the world and what I was doing for preparing for Dakar. At Dakar itself, I had an exclusive WhatsApp group that anybody that had signed up or donated to Decoding Dakar was on that group. So they know the story, and it's a very long, intense story. And this episode is not going to just really go into all of that detail. It's going to give you a broad view. I have a Decoding Dakar presentation that I'm taking all over. In the US, I will be at the Giant Loop Rally. I will be at Touratech West in Washington, and I will be at Dirt Days on the East Coast. So if you would like to hear the whole story, let me know. If it's not at one of those gatherings, I do also offer it as a motivational talk. It's really engaging. We've done quite a few and I've had great feedback. So if you're interested in me coming to do a talk for you guys, let me know and we can arrange it. Right, so jumping into Dakar. It was insane. It was crazy. It was everything I expected it to be and more. I had a really positive experience with the team, with the overall organization, and my life has been changed forever. It was worth every second of it. My Dakar did not go as planned. So the first stage, nothing can prepare you for the absolute carnage of your first Dakar stage. It's insane. Everybody that's been to Dakar walks around giving you a knowing look about your first Dakar stage. And for me, it was craziness all around. Having so many cars, so many trucks, so many bikes, so many competitors. And, you know, as I stood on that start line, all I could think was like, don't mess this up, don't mess this up, don't mess this up. Stage 1 went good for me. I really enjoyed it. The prologue, last year's prologue, was very technical as far as navigation is concerned. So I was prepared for a tough navigational challenge in the prologue. And then the first turn I took in the prologue, it was marked. And then the second turn was marked, and then the third turn was marked, and I kept on thinking, they want to catch me out. They're going to catch me out somewhere. So I kept on navigating, and then halfway through, I realized that there's going to be no navigation in this prologue, and we should just go as fast as we can. The whole thing is marked. By that time, I've obviously lost quite a bit of time. But you have everything to lose in the prologue and nothing to gain. So for me, it didn't really matter that much where I was. And I lined up in stage 1. I had a really good stage 1. I really enjoyed it. But then everything changed in stage 2. Okay. I'm not going to type because it's been a long day. It was from sun rise till sunset, but I am back in the bivouac. First Dakar stage is done. It was absolute insanity out there, but I absolutely loved it. It's crazy. So the special was 413 Ks. The liaison was like 80, so let's call it 500 kilometer day. Once the first truck got me at 330, the first big truck, you know, the lorry, and then it's just over. There's just nothing you can do. It's absolute insanity what it's like out there. It's crazy. But I'm good. It was an absolute phenomenal day. Everything changed in stage 2 for me for Dakar, and suffice to say that at about 3 o'clock into stage 2, which was the chrono stage, which many of you would know, the chrono stage is you have 2 days, and in this case it was 2 days to complete 1,000 kilometers. 3 o'clock that day, I did not think that I would see the end of Dakar. I thought it was the end of my Dakar. I had bike problems, I had fuel problems, and pretty much I didn't see how I would ever get to the end of stage 2. However, through a series of events that is really engaging and part of the story, I was almost shot by a Bedouin with an AK-47. I ran out of fuel. We rode in the dunes in the night. It was absolute craziness. But on that night, I didn't make it to one of the break zones. I did make it to a refuel. And at that refuel, I found at least 30 other riders or 28 other riders. There were some other riders in the desert sleeping. It was just crazy. It's definitely the most memorable part of Dakar. And we carried on the next morning. I still had a lot of bike issues, but I finished the chrono stage, which was crazy. Then in stage 3, because of the troubles I had with the bike, I started right in the back of stage 3. And now for me, as you guys would know through Decoding Dakar, the big thing was not to be in the back, right? If you are in the back of Dakar, you do not finish Dakar. It's a statistic. It's almost like a fact. So for me, you know, lining up that morning on stage 3, my dream was pretty shattered. I wouldn't say down, but mentally and emotionally, I was like, everything I've trained for, everything I planned for an entire year has just gone down the drain. Because if I'm in the back of Dakar, I will not finish Dakar, because it's just how it is. It's just too brutal. The ruts are too deep. There's too much dust. There's too much risk. So I had to make a decision that day. I was like, am I going to race or am I going to finish the race, which is why I was there. So lining up at the start of stage 3, everything was different, and I had to make a decision. I had to make a call. It was to say, Willem, are you going to finish Dakar or not? And if you want to finish Dakar, it means that you have to survive every single stage from now to the end. And that means no racing. Now, as you guys know, my plan was never to have a position at Dakar. It was always to finish it. But when you're there, you want to push, you want to ride. And I had to make the active decision, the very, very active plan to say that, listen, you know what? Conscious decision that I'm not going to race. I'm going to survive every single day in the back. It was a hard decision to make, but the goal was to finish Dakar. And in retrospect, I am glad I made it. It just wasn't the plan. So it was really hard for me to accept a new plan on stage 3. And riding on stage 3, it was the most rocks I've ever seen in my entire life. The special was about 350 kilometers, and it was 350 kilometers of just rocks, never ending. That caused me to really, at the end of stage 3, I felt like I didn't belong. At the end of stage 3, I asked myself, I was like, I shouldn't be here. I'm not good enough. I don't have the skills. Everything was just too intense at that point. Okay, stage 3 done and dusted. Really dusted. I'm broken. Physically I'm okay. Mentally I'm okay. But it's just, the way I can describe today's riding is like
unrideable terrain. Basically, it was just so many rocks. It was 350 k's of just rocks, never ending. Like, I think my average speed was like 20 k's an hour. It's insane. So we've been driving since this morning. It is now 5:40 and I still have 300 k's to go for the liaison. Unrideable terrain. I don't know, it's just, I guess it's just above my skill level. I don't know what's going on, why I can't do it, but I gave it my all. I finished. Now I have to get to the bivouac, but I'm tired. It's been a hell of a day.
The next day was the marathon stage, stage 4, stage 5, and the marathon stage towards the afternoon, 5 o'clock, I made a navigational error in a riverbed. I couldn't turn around because there was too much race traffic. And again, part of the Decoding Dakar presentation, there was this crazy way that I managed to get back onto the course, which was, again, just out of this world. You know, in Dakar, you live several lifetimes in a day, in a stage. And that was very, very true for me. To summarize it, on stage 4, I almost died. And I finished at 11:30 p.m. that night. I finished the special.
This is insane. It's 10 o'clock at night and we're still out, and this is insane. This gives you an idea. 2 big trucks stuck now. I'm up here. This is a sheer drop here. Sheer drop. Unbelievable. Okay, everybody, it is 11:30 at night. Just got into the marathon stage bivouac. I don't know anything about tomorrow, but we are here. I'm safe. I rode with a friend of mine that I met on the course. Yeah, we made it in, so I'm safe, I'm well, tired, but all good.
So I had very little sleep. I started stage 5 and I got into the rest day for Dakar, and the night rider was born. For those of you guys that followed along social media, you would remember, because of being in the back, I was the last bike to start, and then you're fighting the cars and the trucks and the ruts, which means that you just fall further behind every day. And you know, by race day it was really tough for me, because every day the people I rode with in the back, they were gone the next day. Yeah, and you just kept on I kept on asking myself, when is the statistics, when is the math going to catch up with me? Because I knew at some point it was going to happen.
How are you doing, man?
It's too hard, it's fragile.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh,
How are you?
I'm doing all right. You've had some long days, but you're still doing it. You're still in it.
I mean, I don't want to complain, but if you're in the back, I mean, all you do is ride in ruts, in the dust, all day long at 30 k's an hour, and you're just fighting. It's like doing a Baja 1000 every day.
Yeah.
Every freaking day.
Well, you're doing it. You're doing it. Did you get some sleep last night?
Yeah, I got some sleep.
Well, good job, dude.
Thank you.
The night rider.
So anyway, we carried on. We had the rest day. It was absolutely amazing to have the rest day. It was so good to have my father with me. It was very, very special. Sharing the dream of Dakar from a little boy and having him there was a very, very special moment for me. He was there for the whole race. And then in stage 6, I think it was because I had a rest day, and also because we did some work on the suspension. Stage 6 was by far my best day. It was the longest stage. But I also managed to make up some positions, overtake some people, and I just felt like I was racing. So it was really, really good for me.
Okay, if I am smiling and look crazy, it is because I am. It's been an incredible day out there. 600k special, 9 o'clock at night now. I am finished. We did some suspension work on the bike last night, and for the first time in this entire rally, I felt like I could ride the freaking bike. So this morning was amazing. This morning was like hard pack, 2-track hard pack kind of Karoo roads, fast, really fast. So that was great. That was sustained. And then we had a long neutral zone, and then we had 200 k's of dunes. Look at you, okay, big man? There's so many people out there. So the 200 k's of dunes is like Kalahari dunes. Really loved it. Bike was full of fuel, so that made it a bit harder, but really enjoyed the riding. And then it got dark, but luckily now I'm experienced at riding in the dark, so that was all good. I came across Jordan with burned wires, but he made it. He's here. I'm so happy.
Made her! Death before DNF, Castetta! You bastard! You ain't getting me!
So he's here, I'm here. We had a really good ride. There's so many people out there. There was like, I came across a dune and there was a SSV burning out. Today was just, it was brutal. And I think that's the thing about Dakar that makes it so intense, is that the constant barrage of on your body, on your mind, never letting up. Every day just worse and harder, worse and harder. It's crazy. But I'm here. Thank you so much for all the support. It was a great day.
But I pushed quite a bit in stage 6, so come stage 7 I was quite tired, and the day of stage 7 started good, but halfway through stage 7 my energy just tanked completely.
Hello everybody. Okay, so it's just past 6:30. I finished the special just after 6. A little bit not disappointed, but I really wanted to push a bit harder. Luckily I didn't finish in the dark. I still had to navigate like 10 k's in the dark, the last 10 k's. So I guess overall not bad. Today was definitely my lowest point physically. I was just so tired. Last night I had 4 hours of sleep, and now it's super cold, so I'm getting dressed, warm, I'm eating, and then I'm heading the 100k liaison. So yesterday was 800k day, today's a 700k day, so that's crazy. But very fast day. I think that's what made me so tired. It was just so sustained, fast, but the whole time super fast. So the high speed riding really wears you down mentally and physically. But I'm good, I'm alive, I'm safe. I am headed to the bivouac for stage, I believe, is it 8 tomorrow? So thanks for all the support, guys. All good.
Stage 8, 8 and 9, oh 8 I can't remember much about. I think it was when we went into Riyadh that night. The traffic going to Riyadh was insane. Like by far the most dangerous part of Dakar was the liaisons in Saudi with the local traffic. It was crazy, and getting into Riyadh was very difficult for me. We got there quite late. It was a very cold night. And then stage 9 was supposed to be a transition stage. It was everything but. It was by far for me the most toughest stage emotionally. So much had happened in stage 9. I saw, like right off the bat, we had very soft sand with rocks, and the rider in front of me crashed hard. And then a while after that, a rider I was riding was taken out by a car that I witnessed. It was insane, like the body and the bike just going through the air. Then I came across a teammate of mine's bike who had crashed, and the bike was absolutely destroyed. And I didn't know if he was dead or alive. You know, it was really traumatic. And then I came across a car from a fellow South African racer, Guy Bottrell and Dennis Murphy, and the car was absolutely destroyed. And the navigation in stage 9 was really, really difficult. So finishing stage 9, in my mind, I didn't know if all of these people were dead or alive. And for the first time in the race, I asked myself, is this worth it? Why are we doing this? It was the first time ever that I had second thoughts about doing Dakar. It was really tough.
Okay, so today was a hopscotch mix day. Actually, I would say mentally probably the worst day for me. Everybody was like, oh, it's gonna be easier, it's gonna be easier. And I knew not to trust that concept. But I think mentally it was just destroying to me today. Today was really difficult. I think people were pushing. I mean, you can't. It was just so rocky. It was rocks. It just didn't end. Emotionally, just, you know, definitely for the first time today, I asked myself, why the hell are we doing this? Why are we doing this? That is definitely the first for me today. But we are here, we are done. I'm at the finish in one piece. Now I have 120k liaison.
But we got through that night, and then in stage 10 we had a 500 kilometer liaison to the dunes of the empty quarter. We had a 150k special that afternoon. Stage 11 was supposed to be the longest dune stage, about 350k's. We woke up to a morning of extremely thick mist. So the start was delayed by 3 hours. I only left for the special, on the special, at 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. Now for you guys that know about desert racing, the sand gets hot, and especially at 12 you can't see the drops in the dunes. So it was really tough going, but luckily the special was shortened. It was 170k's, so it was still a hard ride. But I can tell you that relief, that happiness of finishing stage, I think it was 12 or 11. It was, so yeah, getting to the end of stage 11, you know, knowing that we had stage 12 ahead in total. It was 13 stages with the chrono, and then with the prologue it was 14 stages actually. But finishing stage 11, knowing we had 1 day of 60k's left, that was kind of the end of Dakar, right? But except if you mess up the last stage. So over there in the distance is the refuel and the neutralization, and the sun is just setting now. How absolutely phenomenal is this? There's a biker coming. So beautiful. I'm so close. Sun is setting. Second to last stage of Dakar Rally. It was a very, very, very ethereal feeling, very good, and I was really excited for the next day, which was a mass start, like a bomb start. And before I knew it, Dakar was finished. It was crazy. The friends I made in Dakar, the life lessons I learned, you know, everything we cover in Decoding Dakar, the presentation. But I think the big takeaway for me was plans change and you have to adapt, and nowhere did I learn this lesson harder than in Dakar. I really would like to get back there and race or give it more than I did. You know, for me it was survival. And there will be a new project forthcoming. Finishing, rolling up to stage 12 that morning, I was ready for more. I wanted more, and I went to Dakar wanting to be broken. And now, by no means do I want to make it light. It was the toughest thing I have ever done, but I wanted it to be tougher. I needed more. So by far, this was the toughest Dakar in history. For the bikes, it was an official finish rate of 37%. And I am working on a plan to do something that's even more challenging than Dakar for 26. So please stay tuned. Please follow along. I am going to need all the help and support I can get for that. Announcement would be forthcoming soon. So that is pretty much my Dakar in a nutshell. Again, I know that we ran over this very quickly. This was kind of just like a summary for the guys that weren't following along. Please, if you can make time to come and see one of the Decoding Dakar presentations, the whole story is there. It's a very, very long story, but it's worth it. It goes into detail in every stage and everything that has happened. And if you can't, let me know and we can make a plan to come and do the talk with you guys. We have a lot of training camps. I do the presentations at all of the training camps. So we've got Namibia coming up if you are serious about that. And then also what I do now with Decoding Dakar as far as the race consulting is concerned. If you plan to go to Dakar, I am here as a resource. I'm helping people plan and strategize. Strategy to get to Dakar is extremely important, because if you do not have a strategy before you start, you cannot make informed decisions and you end up making wrong decisions and spending money at the wrong places. So right now what I'm doing is, other than navigational training, if you're planning to go to Dakar or any other big navigational rallies, I'm also offering Dakar and race consultation and strategy to help you plan how to get to Dakar and also how to finish it. And that program is based on 4 core pillars. One being navigational acumen, knowing how to navigate. The second one being bike fitness and physical fitness, knowing how to ride and understanding that and how to train for that, because nothing can prepare you for the absolute brutality of what Dakar is. The third one is mental and emotional training and understanding how important that is. Honestly, I think it's 70% mental and 30% physical. And the mental part of Dakar, the third pillar, is very important. And then the fourth is finances. Without the correct finances, you will not get to Dakar and much less finish it. So having the right finances or finding the right finances is very important. And those are the 4 pillars that the Decoding Dakar program is built upon. So using my experience from Dakar this year, I can help you prepare for Dakar much better, much more effectively than I could before. And I would really like to help you if that is your dream, if that is your future. Acting on our dreams make us feel more alive. It makes us better people, and it makes our lives much, much richer. It certainly did for me. And you will never be the same after doing Dakar. That's the one thing I can tell you. So this was the wrap up for my Dakar. Hopefully there's a lot more coming. I will be sharing with you guys what will be happening in the future. Dakar was crazy. We have a lot going on. We have a lot of developments in the United Arab Emirates and Dubai. So if you are in that area, also I'm starting to dabble in 4 wheels as well as 2 wheels. I'll never give up biking. I'm always going to be a biker, but I'm also liking the navigation part of it for cars. So a lot is happening. Please follow along the journey so that we can bring you more rally related content as it goes. For now, remember, just be lekker, stay lekker, and I hope to catch you in the next episode to bring you the news of what I am planning for Dakar 2026. Thanks again for watching. Remember to subscribe and we will chat soon.